Please join me in welcoming 2019 Distinguished Service Award honoree Ethan Logan to the stage.
Thank you, Chris. Thank you, Kurt. Thank you to the Alumni Association. This is a really wonderful award, and I'm humbled to be recognized by the association for this consideration. Texas Tech University means a great deal to me, and it's a wonderful place all the way around. And when I talk about Texas Tech on the road to prospective students, about what Texas Tech is and what Texas Tech means to them or could be to them, I say that with great confidence and with a genuine attitude about what Texas Tech is and about the Texas Tech family. And I think that is an important part of how we're successful recruiting. That relationship that we build with those individual students on the road and their families, it's easy to sell Texas Tech University because it's a wonderful place. And as you know, and that you've experienced in your time, and it's a great thing to be able to promote Texas Tech University on the road. I'd really like to thank my wonderful family who's here tonight, who are at this lovely table right here. I got a great group here, and I'm very fond of them. I have a great support network here behind them in this next table of friends and family who are with us this evening. My staff from enrollment management who surprised me by coming out tonight. You guys are fantastic. I really appreciate that. I'm going to throw it out over here to my friends at the credit union. Thank you so much for all the things that you've done for me. And that sounds like keeps my checkbook in balance. But what is really important to me is to say that Texas Tech University has given me so much opportunity in my life, and to be recognized for service to this institution really only seems fair that I try to return to Texas Tech University what it has done for me. I had the opportunity to work for some wonderful men, Robert Ewalt, who was here in the back, Michael Schonrock, Jim Burkhalter. I like to think that those gentlemen who were my predecessors in student affairs and enrollment management really set the tone for what this work is in higher education, and I hope that I am true to your legacy that you guys established here at this institution. And then to wonderful people who are here, faculty and friends and fellow administrators who I work with on a daily basis. This is wonderful work in higher ed. This is the toughest job I've had. Chris talked about a lot of the things I did. I did student conduct, for goodness sake, at this institution. I had to meet with students who had too much interaction with Texas Tech Police Department. And I went from that. And Michael Schonrock and Jim Burkhalter approached me in 2008 and said, Ethan, I was in charge of student conduct at the time. They said, would you be interested in as being the director of admission for Texas Tech University? And I said, yeah, you bet. I don't know anything about that. And they said, we don't either, so we'll figure it out. And we did, and we started what happened with 2008 to today. 2019 has been a successive enrollment growth at Texas Tech University. And it's not just us, it's these wonderful people that we work with, it's the alumni and the support we get from volunteers. It really is a true Red Raider family that makes this all successful. And we've built a wonderful foundation and reputation and legacy for the future, and I'm pleased to be a part of that, so thank you.
All right. So, you and I have known each other about 9 years, and we first met in Victor's basement. That's not a bar. That is Victor Mellinger and General Counsel. It was his basement. We were watching a ball game, and I don't remember anything else about that because I remember Victor yelled at the TV so loud and so much, and I remember his wife yelling down, "Good job, Victor, you scared the neighbor's kid out of the house and they go to church." And yeah, that's right. But so 9 years, been a good 9 years. When you graduated from Tech, you took the job at McMurray and lived in the dorm. Did you not get enough of that here? Is it?
I started out at McMurray University, and I know there's some McMurray alum at my table right over here, and Texas at McMurray, and I was a hall director in a residence hall. Football players were in my residence hall, so I had a really solid group of young men, and so I was in residence hall. I did student conduct for the Dean of Students office because I had that background. And then in the evenings, I ran the intramural program. And so that's the beautiful thing about small schools. You get an opportunity to do a lot of jobs. It was a great way to get your feet wet in higher education.
So you've actually gone from kicking students out of school to bringing students to school. No. That's good.
It gets better for my karma.
Well, that's good. That's good. So what in that first job, how did that first job prepare you for today, for the rest of your career through today?
That experience at McMurray, what it has prepared me for was the fact that this job is never the same job every day, and that it's going to be something new, it's going to be something different every day. And that's wonderful. I enjoy that. That's what I thrive in, and that makes me excited to come to work every day. And then I've got wonderful people who take my crazy ideas and they make it work, and they make it work beautifully. And that is why we're so successful.
It was mentioned earlier, your area hosts the Raider Road shows around the state in the spring. You also have the Top Scholar events in the fall, but in the spring. So you take Texas Tech on the road. All the departments, all the colleges, financial aid, everybody goes on the road. Describe that process and how did that come to fruition? Was that before you came in, or?
We started what's the current incarnation of the road show in about 2009. And if you haven't had a chance to come out to any of our road shows around the state, you're more than welcome, and we'd love to have you. And we invite alumni and volunteers out all the time. The idea being that we know how good Texas Tech is. We know what this value of this institution is. But the challenge is getting students to come up and see it. When we get students to visit campus and they experience Texas Tech University and they see it, they feel it, they smell it, they're sold on the idea of Texas Tech.
Unless the wind's out of
the stockyard. But some people that appeals to. And then but otherwise, so our response to that is to say we're taking Texas Tech out to you in your community and let us showcase what it is to know Texas Tech and to meet these wonderful people. And it started out small in terms of participation, and it has grown with commitments from continued commitments from the president's office to get academic units out. So we've had all of the colleges come out. All the colleges have representatives, all the student services. And so we bring a showcase of Texas Tech University, of pride, pageantry, of Texas Tech spirit and tradition, and it's a lot of fun. And we do some really good work.
So you're at a road show, you get on an elevator with a prospective student and their parents. You got 4 floors. How do you sell tech in 4 floors?
That's a good challenge, but I'm up for it. So I tell students and their families, I said, this is a very anxious time, the idea of getting ready to go to college and choosing colleges and applying to colleges. And that I tell students, release that anxiety. You're not going to make a wrong choice about going to college. You're not going to pick a wrong choice if you choose to go to college. Doesn't matter which college. If you choose to go to higher education, you're going to benefit yourself immediately, and you're going to make the life of your family for generations to come enriched and provide them with new opportunity. Now, Texas Tech University is a better choice, but I'm biased, and that's what I share with them. And let me tell you why. It's because there's a wonderful opportunity for higher education, and there's some great institutions in this state and across the country. But what is unique about Texas Tech University is the family and tradition that we promote and foster, and that Red Raider family and that community of compassion that we have is what makes us unique. And that's something that I think hope resonates with students and appeals to them to make them say, this is something a little bit extra at Texas Tech.
Well done. It was mentioned earlier, Chancellor Mitchell mentioned as we've grown in enrollment, and we have those 11 consecutive years of record enrollment, the quality of the class that freshman class has also increased. Do you and your staff ever take time I mean, I don't know that you can, but take time to look at the results and just think, you know what, yeah, we did this, or you're just diving right into the next group? Be honest.
We're in the middle of 3 recruitment cycles at any given time. So the class coming in, the next class, and the class after that. And so, for example, we've admitted today, I was looking at the number today, and I spoke to the board, the Alumni Association board this morning. We've admitted 7,000 students for the fall of 2020 already, in terms of what we're looking at for this next fall. And so it's crazy to think that they're making those thoughts. I mean, they're having those conversations and they're making those decisions, that we're making those decisions. But also to know that we started recruiting sophomores in high school, and we're going to keep pushing it out even further. So when you're running 3 at a time, it just kind of is a new day is a new opportunity.
You grew up in Lubbock. You went to the school at Tech. You left briefly. You've been here 20 years now working. What makes this place special to you personally?
You know, this place is special to me because of the Lubbock experience and the Texas Tech experience. This community and this institution have been so kind and supportive of me collectively, individual people, as you know, an ambiguous institution, giving me opportunities to advance in my career, always provided me with the next step, and provided me with wonderful people who have interacted with me in my life. My wife, my bosses, all these wonderful people that have really impacted me and really enriched my experience and my life journey. And so because of that continuity and that compassion and that consistency, it's kept me here. It's hard to believe it's been over 20 years, to tell you the truth.
Ethan, congratulations. This is well deserved.
Thank you.
Thank you.